Okay, on 289, we're asked to find the domain, and I would really like it if you would put this into interval notation. Here we know that we cannot divide by 0, so we should recognize that x cannot be -2. And so it's everything but -2. So when I put that in interval notation, I'm going to have -infinity to -2, parentheses, union -2. So that way I know -2 is not included. And then going to positive infinity. On B, we should recognize that if we're taking a square root of something, that the inside can only work if the inside is greater than or equal to 0. So we need to actually calculate that first, and then we can put that into interval notation. Remember, when I divide an inequality by a negative, I need to flip the sign. And so we end up getting all values where x is less than or equal to 3. So in interval notation, that would look like, not -3, but +3. So interval notation would look like this for B. And on C, if I put this in factored form, x plus 1, x minus 1, then I can quickly see that x cannot be 1 or -1. So when I put that in interval notation, if it helps you, you can draw a number line. Okay, so you have x cannot be, here's -1, x cannot be that number, and then here's +1, x cannot be that number. So it's everything except those values. So we have -infinity all the way to -1. Pick back up on the other side of 1, you need a union there, -1 all the way to 1, union, pick back up here on the other side of 1 and go to positive infinity. Okay, so that's what the interval notation would look like for C. And then on D, if you recognize there's no value that would be restriction. Remember, the restriction is when you're dividing by 0 or when there is a radical. So in this case, it's all real numbers, so -infinity to positive infinity.